Another Death Row production. Mike Tyson, the next heavyweight champion of the world. Everybody else for.
Alrighty guys, what's going on? Welcome on back. It's the Empire. I'm your host Risky. Happy Sunday to all. It is May 3rd. Looking back at yesterday, first of all, I'm a dumbass for even going anywhere near the Dodgers. They've been playing absolutely terrible of late. We went 3 for 4 on our parlay. We just needed that Cardinals-Dodgers game to go over 8.5 total runs. These guys have not been scoring any runs of late. I'm a dummy for even playing that. Then the Reds. We played the Reds on our ladder play. They let the Pirates put up 2 touchdowns and a field goal on them. So look, you guys already know the rules. It's on to the next one. It is Sunday. We got a full slate of baseball. You know how we do it on a Sunday. We're just going to run through these picks. Guys, Outlier Sportsbook. The link is down in the description. Sign up with them. The first week is free. Also, at the end of the video, the 4 bets we'll be placing here today ourselves. With all of that being said, let's jump into it. Alright, first game up on the day, we got the Blue Jays in Minnesota taking on the Twins. Yeah, Savage on the mount for the Jays. Joe Ryan gets the start for the looking at your Savage here on the mount for the Blue Jays. He made his first start of the season last week against the Red Sox, pitched into the 6th inning, gave up no runs. Looking at this matchup today for him against the Twins, one thing I do like for him, he's only going to be seeing 3 left-handed bats. Yes, Savage does have very good splits versus righties. There's only 2 guys I really worry about for him. That's Wallner and Jeffers. Other than that, I can see him coming out here today, having success. It is a hitter-friendly game, so I could see him possibly letting off a home run or 2. The Blue Jays bullpen comes into this game highly taxed. We've been talking about them for the last 2 games. That's been their advantage. In this game, they're taxed, but I still like the arms that's going to be available for them. When we look at Joe Ryan here on the mount for the Twins, he's looked solid. He started off the year rocky, but he's gotten back on track. Matter of fact, he actually saw this Blue Jays team earlier this year in Toronto, pitched into the 7th inning, gave up 2 runs. When I look at this matchup here today for him, I could see this Blue Jays team doing something similar. Joe Ryan pitching 6 innings, giving up 2 runs, possibly a home run as well. The big thing in this game, guys, we saw it in yesterday's game. We see it all year. The 3rd worst bullpen in Major League Baseball is the Twins bullpen. They have been terrible all year. They've been terrible of late. In their last 6 games, they have an ERA of 8.15. Looking at the arms that's going to be available here today for them, I do not like this spot. I see the Blue Jays putting up a bunch of runs once again late in this game. Like I said earlier, it's going to be a hitter-friendly day. 65 degrees, but with 12-mile-per-hour winds blowing from the diamond to the outfield. Let's get to the picks. The odds makers right now have this as a pick'em spot. It's a 60 cents difference favoring the Twins. So we're playing the road dogs in this spot. Give me the Toronto Blue Jays on the money line. The game total set at 8. I do like the over 8 total runs in this game. For the player prop, I'm taking for a show of the Blue Jays for 2 total bases today. Next up, we got the Orioles in New York taking on the Yankees. Gibson on the mount for the Orioles. Max Fried gets the start for the Yankees. Looking at Gibson here on the mount for the Orioles, he's making his season debut. He's a 6'5", big dude, throws a 98-mile-per-hour fastball 50% of the time. He mixes in the curveball. That's his secondary pitch. But reading the scouting report, they do have it rated pretty good, the curveball, but it's a looping curveball. He's going to be seeing a Yankees team that's currently batting .245 versus right-handed pitching, 32 home runs to go along with it. Looking at the weather today here in Ballpark Pal, it's showing a strong gust of wind from the diamond to right field, meaning left-handed batters will have an advantage in this game. So I can see this Yankees team, which is going to have 6 lefties in the lineup today, putting up a bunch of runs on Gibson. The Orioles bullpen is not in good shape once again coming into this game. I can see the Yankees putting up some more runs once again on this Orioles bullpen. Max Fried on the mount for the Yankees. His last 2 starts, 14 innings pitched, no runs given up. Looking at this matchup here today for him against the Orioles team that's batting .230 versus left-handed pitching, there's only one guy I worry about. That's Pete Alonso. Pete Alonso does have good numbers in the past matchups against Max Fried. He has 2 career home runs off of him. If he pitches around Pete and Jackson, I can see him having success in this game here today. The Yankees bullpen, once again, very good shape coming into it. Like I said, as far as the weather goes, it's a good hitting day in Yankee Stadium. Strong gust of wind blowing from the diamond to right field. Let's get to the picks. The Yankees are the betting odd favorites in this game, and I like them on the run line. The game total set at 8.5. I do like the over 8.5 total runs in this game. For the player prop, I'm taking Ben Rice of the Yankees to hit a home run today. Next up, we got the Reds in Pittsburgh taking on the Pirates. Burns on the mound for the Reds. Ashcraft gets the start for the Pirates. Looking at Chase Burns here on the mound for the Reds, he's a very good pitcher. He's looked solid in his last 2 outings. The big thing with him is he really only throws 2 pitches, which is that fastball and the slider. Every once in a while, he mixes in his change, but he's a primarily 2-pitch pitcher. The big thing with him is he's throwing a 98, 101 mile per hour fastball throughout the game. As the game goes on, 5th, 6th inning, he starts to lose control. I wouldn't say control, but he starts to lose command of the pitches, starts to walk a lot of guys, and then when he's walking a lot of guys, he's trying to force it over the plate. That's when he's giving up a lot of home runs. Looking at this Cincinnati Reds bullpen, we were talking about it for a few days now. They started off playing very well. Coming into this game, in their last 32 innings pitched, they've given up 35 runs. They've been terrible of late. Looking at this matchup for Burns today against this Pirates lineup, I could see a few of these Pirates hitting them up, especially the left-handed bats. O'Neill, Brandon Lau, and O'Hearn, I could see them hitting him, getting maybe a home run or 2 off of him. Like I said, the bullpen for the Reds is terrible. Ashcraft here on the mound for the Pirates. This was a guy that pitched very well last season. He's starting off this year exactly where he left off last year. Looking at his prior matchups against the Reds, though, he's gotten hit up by the Reds in the past. His last outing against the Reds, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs. In today's game, I could see him getting hit up by this Reds team once again. They match up very well against him. He is a ground ball pitcher, pitches for a lot of contact. The Pirates bullpen is going to be the big determining factor in this game. They're in much better shape. They're going to have the huge advantage late in this game today. Looking at Ballpark Pal, it's showing that it's going to be about 55 degrees, 60 degree weather day, but there's going to be a strong gust of wind blowing from the diamond to left field, meaning right-handed bats will have an advantage. Let's get to the picks. The Pittsburgh Pirates are the betting odd favorites in this game, and I know it sounded like I was leaning towards them, but I like the road dogs in this spot. Give me the Cincinnati Reds on the money line. I think Burns comes out here today, has a really good outing. They hit up Ashcraft. I'm expecting a low-scoring game. That's why I like the under in this one as well. The under 7.5 total runs. Onto the player prop. I'm taking 2 Cincinnati Reds in this game. Give me Steer for 2 total bases. Burns to go over his strikeouts line, over 6.5 Ks. Up next, we got the Milwaukee Brewers in Washington taking on the Nationals. Chad Patrick on the mound for Milwaukee. Zach Littell gets the start for the Nats. Chad Patrick is listed to be the primary pitcher here for Milwaukee, but they're going to have an opener. They just haven't listed him as yet, but it's going to be a left-handed pitcher. That's why they're going to have the opener to go one time through the lineup. Chad Patrick has terrible numbers versus lefties. You know the left-handed bats you'll see in this lineup here today. But the big thing for this Nationals team, they've been struggling to hit the ball of late. In their last 6 games, they're just batting .217 as a team. Versus right-handed pitching now, they're just batting .227 as a team. I can see Chad Patrick coming out here today, giving up 2 runs to this Nats lineup. Milwaukee's bullpen is in very good shape to come in and close this one out. On the other side, we got Zach Littell. He's been one of the worst starting pitchers in Major League Baseball. He's given up the most home runs up to this point. Looking at the matchup here today for him, he's going to see 7 left-handed bats. He has terrible splits versus lefties. Lefties are currently batting .280 versus Zach Littell with 6 home runs to go along with it. So I do not like this spot for Zach. The bullpen for Washington has been playing well of late. It's just that they're highly taxed coming into this game. Looking at Ballpark Pal, it's one of the lowest rated games as far as weather goes. It's a pitcher-friendly game out there in DC. Let's get to the picks. Milwaukee is the betting odd favorites in this game, and we're playing them on the money line. The game total set at 8.5. I do like the under 8.5 total runs in this game today. For the player prop, I'm taking Terang of Milwaukee to have 2 total bases today. Up next, we got the Philadelphia Phillies in Miami taking on the Marlins. Luzardo gets the start for the Phillies. Chad Patrick on the mound for Miami. The left-handed pitcher Luzardo on the mound for the Phillies. He started off the season looking absolutely terrible, but he settled down of late. His last 2 starts, he's looked really good. Looking at this matchup, first of all, we always talk about this when Luzardo's on the mound. If he's working the strikeouts, he's going to have a successful outing. He's going to go 6 innings, if not 7, give up a run. If he's not working the strikeouts, what those games usually look like is he's walking a lot of guys and he's giving up a lot of extra base hits and home runs. Looking at this matchup here today for him, he's seeing a Miami Marlins lineup that has 5 right-handed bats. He struggles versus righties. This Marlins team walks a lot and does not strike out a lot. So that's one of the big things in lineups facing Luzardo. That's his big weakness right there. So I can see this Patience Marlins team getting 3-4 runs off of him here today. The Phillies bullpen comes into this one in a decent spot. I can see them coming in and relieving him, stopping the bleeding. On the other side, we got Chad Patrick on the mound for Miami. He's looked absolutely terrible to start off the year. Looking at the matchup here for him, I do not like this spot at all for him here today. He struggles. First of all, his hard hit rate right now is 54%. It does not match up well for him going up against a Phillies lineup with 4 left-handed bats at the top that all match up well against them. All hit the ball very hard. I can see this Phillies team putting up 3-4 runs on Chad Patrick. The Marlins bullpen is in good shape coming into this one. Let's get to the picks. The Phillies are the betting odds favorites in this game today, and we're playing them on the run line. The game total set at 8. I do like the over 8 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Kyle Schwarber of the Phillies to hit a home run today. Next up, we got the Dodgers in St. Louis taking on the Cardinals. The left-handed pitcher Warblosky on the mound for the Dodgers. Dustin May gets the start for the Cards. Warblosky here on the mound for the Dodgers. He's been LA's best pitcher this season. He comes into it with a 1.50 ERA. He's a contact pitcher. He pitches for a lot of ground outs, a lot of pop flies. Looking at the lineup here today for him, he does have better splits versus lefties. He's only going to see 3 left-handed bats in this lineup today. He's going to see at least 7 right-handed bats. This Cardinals team has been hitting the ball very well of late. They're batting .267 in their last 8 games played with 7 home runs to go along with it. I could see this Cardinals team getting 2 or 3 runs off of Warblosky here today. The Dodgers bullpen is still in good shape coming into it, so I could see them coming in, stopping the bleeding. On the other side, we got Dustin May. He's coming off of 3 really good starts. In his last 3 starts, 15 innings pitched, 4 runs given up. But this is a guy whose ERA still at 5.30. He started off the year giving up 6 runs in one game, 7 in the next. He still has an expected ERA of 5.80, so we're not expecting him to continue this pace he's pitching. Looking at the Dodgers lineup, first of all, this Dodgers team has seen him in the past. He's a former Dodger. They know the scouting reports on him. The Dodgers have now lost 4 games in a row coming into this one. I can see them breaking their streak here against Dustin May, getting a bunch of runs off of him. The Cardinals bullpen played well yesterday. That was probably their best outing in, I want to say, the last 2 weeks for them. Every other day besides yesterday, they've given up runs anytime they've come out. They have a bullpen ERA of 5.15 coming into this one. Looking at the weather, it's a very hitter-friendly day out there in St. Louis. Let's get to the picks. The Dodgers are the betting odds favorites in this game today, and we're playing them on the run line. The game total set at 9, and I do like the over 9 total runs. For the player prop, I'm playing Shohei Ohtani of the Dodgers to hit a home run today. Up next, we got the Diamondbacks in Chicago taking on the Cubs. Kelly gets the start for the D-backs. The left-handed pitcher Boyd on the mound for the Cubs. First thing we're looking at here to start this game off is the weather. The first 2 games, I should say, of this series, we've had pitcher-friendly days with the wind blowing in from the outfield to the diamond. The game totals the first 2 days have been set at 7.5. Today, we have an 11.5 game total because the wind is blowing from the diamond straight out to the outfield at 15 miles per hour at the start of the game. By the 5th, 6th inning, it's projected to go up to 20 miles per hour. We're expecting a lot of runs in this one, a lot of home runs. Looking at the starting pitcher for the Diamondbacks, Kelly, he's been absolutely terrible to start off this year. Fastball topping out about 93, 94. He has a hard hit rate of 55%. He has terrible splits versus lefties. I could see the Cubs team today with 6 left-handed bats in this lineup, getting a bunch of runs off of him. The Diamondbacks bullpen comes into this one in good shape, so they'll come in and stop the bleeding. On the other side, we got Boyd. He struggled in his last 3 starts. He's looked absolutely terrible, walking a bunch of guys, giving up a bunch of home runs. Looking at the lineup here today for him against this Diamondbacks team, I can see this Diamondbacks team putting up a bunch of runs on him. Guys like Marte and Perdomo really match up well against them. The Cubs bullpen is still banged up. There's still really, I guess you could say there's arms that's not going to be available here today for them. Might leave them a bit vulnerable late. Let's get to the picks. The Cubs are the betting odds favorites in this game today, and we're playing them on the money line. The game total set at 11.5. I do like the over 11.5 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Pete Crow Armstrong of the Cubs to hit a home run today. Next up, we got the Braves in Colorado taking on the Rockies. Strider on the mound for Atlanta. The left-handed pitcher Kyle Freeland on the mound for the Rockies. Looking at Strider here on the mound for Atlanta, making his season debut. Going back to his numbers from last year, this guy was absolutely terrible. Every time he came out, he gave up 2 or more runs, walked a bunch of batters. Granted, he is at his best when he's striking guys out. That's when he has the most success. He's a strikeout pitcher. But looking at his numbers this season from his minor league starts, he was getting hit up in the minors. Today, he's going to be seeing a Rockies team that's batting .250 versus right-handed pitching. They're batting .260 in their last 8 games played. They've been killing it of late. He's making his season debut here today in Colorado in the high elevation. Best hitting projected day on Ballpark Pal, plus 30% home runs. I do not like this spot for Strider. The Braves bullpen did get a chance to catch themselves yesterday. They were able to rust a few arms, so I do like the arms that will be available here today for Atlanta to come in, stop the bleeding. On the other side, we got Kyle Freeland. He's off to a decent start this year. The one thing I don't like for Kyle Freeland, he struggles in his home starts. He has a 6 ERA at home. Looking at the matchup here today against this Braves team, the Braves have been killing left-handed pitching all season. Granted, they saw Quintana the first game in the series, did not get to him. Looking at Kyle Freeland, he is a bit similar of a pitcher than like Quintana in the sense that he pitches for a lot of groundouts. But the big thing with Kyle Freeland, he leaves the ball up much more, prone to much more home runs. So I can see this Braves team getting a few home runs off of him here today. The Rockies bullpen comes into this one in good shape. Like I said, very good hitting weather out there in Colorado. Let's get to the picks. The Braves are the betting odds favorites in this game here today, and we're playing the home dogs in this spot. Give me the Colorado Rockies on the money line. The game total set at 10.5. I do like the over 10.5 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Moniak of the Rockies to hit a home run today. Next up, we got the Guardians in Sacramento taking on the Athletics. The left-handed pitcher Messick gets the start for the Guardians. Aaron Savali on the mound for the Athletics. Messick here on the mound for the Guardians. He's been off to a very good start this season. His last 2 outings, though, he's been struggling. He's been struggling with his command in 2 straight games. He's not going deep into him. He's only going into the 5th inning. Looking at this Athletics team he's going to be seeing here today. They just got Brent Rooker back, I want to say Thursday night, Friday. So they're getting back to their full health as far as offense goes. This was a team last season, top 5 in the majors versus left-handed pitching. This year, they're bottom 5 in the majors versus left-handed pitching. It's only a matter of time before they catch their stride and start hitting lefties like I'm projecting them to do. I can see them getting to Messick here today. I'm expecting he's a guy that throws the fastball about 40% of the time, throws a good slider, a good change. It matches up very well for guys like Rooker and Langoliers to put up some hits on him, put up some runs. Looking at this Guardians bullpen, they've got taxed these last 2 days. There are going to be a bunch of arms not available for them in this game. I could see the Athletics putting up a bunch of runs overall in this game. On the other side, we got Aaron Savali on the mound. He's been one of the Athletics' best pitchers this season, especially in their home games. In their home games this year, he has a 3.80 ERA. The big thing overall, getting straight to it, guys, this Guardians team is not hitting right-handed pitching at all this season, but this Athletics bullpen is completely terrible. When they're coming out in these games, they're going to give up a bunch of runs. It depends on how much runs this Athletics team could get off of Messick early before Savali and the 2 starting pitchers are gone, and we're having 2 bullpens. And like I said, when it's the 2 bullpens, the Guardians have the advantage. Let's get to the picks. The Guardians are the betting odds favorites in this game here today, and we're playing the home dogs in this spot. Give me the Athletics on the money line. The game total set at 9.5. I do like the under 9.5 total runs. I got this a 5-4 game, so I got it exactly finishing at 9. Onto the player prop. I got Brent Rooker of the Athletics that hit a home run today. Up next, we got the Mets in Los Angeles taking on the Angels. Clay Holmes on the mound for the Mets. Kokonowich on the mound for the Angels. Getting straight into this one here, guys. This is one of my least favorite games on the schedule. We have two teams that are playing underwhelming right now. They split the first two games of the series. Both of the games have come down to the bullpens, very late runs being scored. Both of the games finish at 3-4 up to this point. Two starting pitchers been performing very well. I'm just naming a bunch of shit right now, but this is what these two teams are. We have two teams that are performing underwhelmingly, and the outcomes that's been happening these first 2 days is what we should expect here again. Something that's going to come down to the last minute. Two good start, like I said, guys that's been performing well. Two offenses that's not hitting. When we do the matchup, who has the better matchup? The Mets. The Mets have the much better matchup against Kokonowich. Kokonowich right now is a ground ball pitcher. He pitches for a lot of contact. I project Juan Soto to hit a home run in this game. I think Juan Soto goes yard. Kokonowich is going to leave one of those sinkers high and over the middle. Soto goes yard. Let's just get straight to the picks, guys. I'm just talking here. The Mets are the betting odds favorites in this game, and I like them here on the money line. The game total set at 8.5. I do like the over 8.5 total runs. Onto the player prop, I'm taking Juan Soto of the Mets to hit a home run today. Before we even get into the last game we'll be covering here, I had my notes for the White Sox-Padres game, but they just announced the new starting pitcher for the Padres is going to be Griffin Canning. So after I do a few more lookovers, I'm going to put a play down in the pinned comments here today. The final game we'll be reviewing, it's going to be the Texas Rangers in Detroit taking on the Tigers. Jack Leiter on the mound for the Rangers. Horton gets the start for the Tigers. Looking at Jack Leiter here on the mound for the Rangers, he started off the season looking very good. In his last 3 starts though, he's been getting hit up in those last 3 starts. 15 innings pitched, 9 runs given up. He's been walking a bunch of batters. He's also allowed 4 home runs in those last 3 starts. His hard hit rate right now is at 56%. Looking at this Tigers lineup, they're going to have 5 lefties today. He has terrible splits versus lefties. Jack Leiter is a strikeout pitcher, just like what we said with Luzardo. When he's having a good game, he has 7 strikeouts. He's going into the 7th inning giving up a run. If he's not able to work the strikeouts, the games usually look like him with finishing the game with 2 strikeouts, going 5 innings, giving up 4 or 5 runs. I can see this Tigers team getting off a few runs off of him here today, but at the same time, this Tigers lineup strikes out the 8th most in Major League Baseball, so there is the potential for Jack Leiter to come out here today and have a good outing. The big thing for the Rangers is their bullpen, the best bullpen in Major League Baseball, 2.38 ERA coming into it. On the other side, we have Holton on the mound for the Detroit Tigers. The left-handed pitcher will be the opener. After that, it'll just be a bullpen day for this Tigers team, a bullpen that has not been good of late. In their last 7 games played, they have a bullpen ERA of 5.10. This Texas Rangers offense, though, is not good. They've been playing terrible of late. Overall, in their last 6 games, they're batting just .220 as a unit, with only 4 home runs to go along with it. So they're not playing well at all recently offensively. Let's get straight to the picks here. The Detroit Tigers are the betting odds favorites in this game today, and I'm playing the road dogs in this spot. Give me the Texas Rangers on the money line. The game total set at 8.5. I do like the over 8.5 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Berger of the Rangers to hit a home run today. Alrighty guys, before we get up out of here, the 4 bets we'll be placing here today ourselves. Like I said at the top of the video, the Reds messed up our ladder play. They let the Pirates stomp them out. So today we'll be restarting our ladder $10 bet on the Colorado Rockies on the money line. We're getting them at plus 146. This is our ladder play of the day. Alright, today we'll be playing 2 home run parlays. This first one I'm playing, all 3 of these guys have really good matchups, but I'm factoring in something I usually don't factor in. That's they're overdue. That's what I'm calling this parlay, the overdue parlay. We're taking Aaron Judge of the Yankees, Kyle Schwarber of the Phillies, Shohei Ohtani of the Dodgers. All 3 of them have really good pitching matchups. All of them have good hitting weather games. But I'm factoring in something, like I said, I usually don't, which is the fact that they're overdue. So this is our first home run parlay. Our next parlay will be a 3-leg parlay. It's just the regular factors here, just exit velocity, hard hit rate, weather factors. We start off with Ben Rice of the Yankees. We're then going to play P. Crow Armstrong of the Cubs. And we wrap up this parlay with Moniak of the Colorado Rockies. Next up, we have a 3-leg parlay we'll be playing here today. We started off with the Yankees on the run line. We're then going to play the Diamondbacks Cubs game total to go over 11.5 total runs. And we wrap up the parlay with the Texas Rangers on the money line. Then our final bet of the day will be a 4-leg parlay where we start off with the Cincinnati Reds on the money line. We're then going to play the Atlanta Braves Colorado Rockies game total to go over 10.5 total runs. And we wrap up the parlay with the Cubs on the money line and the New York Mets on the money line. Once again, guys, before we get up out of here, I just want to send my salutes out to you all. It's Sunday. I hope you enjoy your day today. You guys know I appreciate you all. I respect you all. I hope we all win some money here today. And I'm going to catch you on the next one.